So over on British Airways, a corpse happens to appear in a flight, right? Someone dies. Okay. And they have to put the corpse somewhere. So they put it in a galley for 13 hours and then people complain about the smell. Obviously, the image on screen right here is it's AI, it's not real, okay? But here's how we shift from the Hollywood weirdness to the grim reality of commercial air travel, especially right now with TSA in the United States being as bad as it is. All right, so look, the corporate indifference has reached like an all new cruising altitude of terrible. So on a recent 13-hour flight from British Airways to Hong Kong, from Hong Kong to London, a woman passed away. Now, sadly, she died about an hour and a half after takeoff. And probably any normal person would be like, okay, fine, medical emergency, turn the plane around, let's just, get the body off, everything else. This isn't a cruise ship. On a cruise ship, if somebody dies, they've got a morgue. They've got cold storage. They will put the body there in order to be able to give it back to the family when they finally get to the port that they can, remove the body from. They're prepared for this sort of thing. But airlines obviously not so much. So you would think that in this situation, they would just turn the plane around, go back to Hong Kong, offload the body, and then call it a day. Nope. The captain decided that since she was already dead, it was really no longer what they would call a medical emergency at all, right? So they were just going to keep going. So this is a 13-hour flight. We're talking hour and a half, 2 hours into the flight. Woman croaks. Captain's like, well, I mean, she's already dead. Like, what's the worst that could happen? So, fun fact about the human body, and this is really where it goes from like a dark. So, here's a fun fact about the human body, and this is where it kind of turns into a bit of a dark dystopian comedy of errors. After 90 minutes, the body enters into rigor mortis, and that can last anywhere up to like 18 hours. Okay. So also decomposition starts immediately. Now the crew, to their credit, were like, we got a plane full of people here. We got to figure out what to do. We got to make sure that we are on the right track for this. Like we got to make sure that we're not traumatizing people. So they decided initially, like, we should just put this lady in the bathroom, right? We're just going to put her in the bathroom, set her up there, right? Seal it off. 11 hours. We'll be fine. Okay. No, that was quickly vetoed, probably because they only had maybe one bathroom, two bathrooms on the flight, and people got to use the bathroom if this thing's going to be a nonstop from, Hong Kong to London. So what they did is they wrapped her up and then they stashed her in the back galley near where they prepared all the meals. Because, nothing says, hey, fly with us like contaminated foodstuffs. They forgot, though, and this is where it gets really bad. They forgot that this specific part of the galley has heated floors. So for the next 11 to 12 hours, they had wrapped this woman's body as it is already entering into not only the rigor mortis state, but the actual decomposition state. And they put her on a heated floor where the decomposition is then going to intensify and it is going to accelerate. And so for the next 12 hours, there is an Airbus A3550 flying across the globe with a reverse makeshift morgue that is baking the body. It's like the worst kind of crematorium. They did not know what they were doing with this. And so after a while, people in the back, as well as all the first class passengers, started to notice a smell. And they were complaining about it wafting through the cabin for the entirety of the flight. Now, what does that tell you? For one, horrible mistakes were made. And whoever was on that flight, they should probably be getting not only their money back, but like free flights for life, because that is some horrible, nasty ass shit. but it also really kind of points to the problem in late stage capitalism. Like, this is a masterclass of it. A human dies, and instead of putting it in a situation where they might be able to contain not only the decomposition, but the smell, the airline decides, even then, it decides against going back, that it's actually better for their bottom line to continue moving forward. And they put her on a heated floor for half a day. I mean, what how do you come back from that? How do you even remotely come back from that? How do you as a company, British Airways, by the way, so they're not like new. They're not Pendejo Airlines. Like, they're not fucking new. But how do you come back from that? I don't even know. But it just goes to show you that a half a day of discomfort and smells is still better than, using extra jet fuel right now, considering what's happening in Iran. So there you have it on that one.